Okay, so welcome everyone to this workshop, Keeping Positive in Uncertain Times. Seems like mission impossible these days, but I want to share some ideas and tools with you, and hopefully by the end of the workshop you will feel a bit more empowered, a bit better about the current times. And of course, like I said, feel free to ask any questions, or if there are any specific topics or that you're struggling with, feel free to share. But I guess if I could share one idea, one message, one key message that I would like you to take from this workshop, is that we cannot rely on the world to change for us to be positive, for us to feel happy, for us to be successful. If anything, is the opposite. We have to change. We have to be the change that we want to see. We have to change internally, and then what we experience around will change as a result. And I will expand a bit more about this idea. This workshop is not going to be, maybe you're expecting like, let's focus on the positive things, let's focus on the things that are going well, you know, and just sharing a bit of optimism. And it's not going to be quite like that. I want to go a bit deeper. I want to go a bit deeper today, because if we focus on the positives, that is great. It gives us a boost, right? Everything's going well, we are very happy. But what happens when things are not going that well? Then we have a breakdown. Then we feel terrible, which means that we are depending. It becomes a roller coaster, and we depend on external circumstances, or the people we have around, or the experiences that surround us, to be happy, to be joyful, to be successful. And that is not the key, and especially in times like this, when the world is in a bit of a mess, let's say like that. We cannot just wait for things to change. The attitude of, or the mindset of, when the world changes, then everything is going to be better, then I will feel much better. Once my partner changes, I'm going to be so happy. Once I get that promotion, once I get that job, then I'm never going to complain ever again, because everything's going to be great. Because we know it's not true. Our partner changes, we get a new job, things change around us, but we keep complaining, we keep not feeling quite at our best, because our inner state doesn't and shouldn't depend on what's going on outside. And the main idea I want to share and send today is actually quite the opposite. What we experience outside is just a result of what we have inside. And this is good news and bad news at the same time. It's bad news because it means we are kind of responsible of what we experience. Kind of responsible, let me say responsible, fully responsible of what we experience. The good news, though, is that it's very empowering, because it means that we are in control, that we can be in control of what we experience, and we don't have to wait for the world to change, for our partner to change, for our boss to give us a promotion. We are in control now, today, and we can start making changes today that will manifest in external changes, in what's going on around us. So if you get an idea from today's workshop, let it be that. But let me explain a bit more about why this is the case, and of course, what can we do about it. So that's what I'm going to be covering today. Why this is the case, and why we should truly believe that we are in control, what we can do about it, a step-by-step process. And we are going to finish with a guided visualization with some energetic techniques to start shifting or to start moving that inner change that will result in our external world also changing. Once the inner change happens, our reality around follows. So let me share a screen with you, because I want to just share a couple of visuals here, and hopefully you can see my screen now, and you can still see me at the top, right? We attract what we are. So what this picture is trying to show, there is a radio in the middle, which is trying to represent that we are an antenna. So we have to be very, very mindful of what we say and what we think and how we feel, because every single word that we say, that we think, imagine we have an antenna here. That's what we are broadcasting. Every single thought, every single word, every time we swear, every time we say something negative about ourselves, every time we criticize others, that's the message we're sending. That's what we are broadcasting to the world. And the same way that when you want to listen to the radio, you need to choose a frequency, right? So if you want to tune into your favorite radio show, you need to know the frequency, and it has to match. And this is exactly the same. What we are broadcasting, the frequency we have or we emit, is going to make us tune into different radio shows. In this case, different realities, different experiences, different people. So I chose these two pictures because intuitively, if you see the woman on the left, all peaceful and relaxed, connected with nature, meditating, taking care of herself, and I want to be very specific that when I'm talking about, or when I'm describing this lady here, I'm talking about inner state. I'm not talking about the way she looks, but this is just a representation of someone that feels good inside. Because sometimes people look very good in the outside and they have a big smile and they're an absolute mess inside. So I'm not talking about how people look. I'm talking about your inner state, how you're feeling. If you're in harmony, if you're at peace, if you go to sleep and you feel grateful and you close your eyes and you think, wow, what a great day. I'm just at peace. And you sleep peacefully and you wake up, and yeah, there are challenges, and I'm not saying you have to live in a world of birds and unicorns, but I'm talking about being in harmony, being at peace. So someone that has that inner state, intuitively, what do you think they're going to attract into their life? They're going to be in resonance with a much nicer reality. Someone that shares love, that is full of love inside, that is in the vibration of love, is going to attract love. Someone that has the vibration of abundance is going to attract abundance. Someone that is in the vibration of peace and joy is going to resonate with joyful events. On the contrary, someone who's a mess inside, full of trauma, full of wounds, full of anger, full of resentment, not having forgiven, not having let go of the old stories, having all this negativity, all this build-up, all these unpleasant emotions or negative emotions that build up with the years inside of ourselves. If we don't know how to process it, if we don't know how to release it, what we are going to attract if that's our inner state. And another thing that I want to say is that when I'm talking about attracting and being in resonance, one thing that I want you to keep in mind is that we are not just flesh and bone, we are energy. The fact that I look very solid and my laptop looks very solid, and that we are I don't know, thousands of miles away, some of us. I don't know where you guys based, but I know there are quite a few people from different countries. The fact that we are very far from each other is actually an illusion, because we are made of energy. I was reading recently, atoms are more than 99% empty space. It's just that because they're very, very small, and we see the big picture, we look like we are very solid. Our table looks like it's very, very solid. The walls look very solid. But in reality, it's just particles that are moving. It's energy. So I'm sure you've heard about we are energy, vibration, frequency. And it's kind of the same concept. Or if I mention these topics, I'm referring to the same idea. We are all connected. We are all connected through this field of energy. We are not separate solid entities. That's kind of an illusion. So my vibration, whatever is my vibration, if my vibration is of fear, because different emotions have different vibrations as well. So if I'm all fear, if I'm all anger, I'm going to be attracting very negative experiences that are in resonance with that vibration, like a magnet. Think of it like a magnet that attracts ion filings, or magnets that repel each other. So it's only if I want to enjoy a nice reality, nice experiences, if I want to attract the right people, loving, caring, fun people, beautiful people to my life, first I need to have that inside to be a magnet that attracts those people, because otherwise I'm just going to repel them. If I'm like the lady on the right, always angry, and maybe I'm smiling, I'm talking about the inner state, but if my inner state is that I'm all anger, all resentment, all fear, all judgment, I'm going to be in resonance with that type of people. That's what I'm going to attract. And probably I'm going to attract experiences that confirm that I'm so unlucky, that give me reasons to be even more angry or even more resentful. So that's one of the main ideas that I wanted to share today. So you understand why it is so important to take care of our inner state. And after years of training in different psychological modalities and or psychological models and energy healing techniques, spiritual practices, everything kind of led to just one conclusion, which is whatever we have inside, we will manifest around. So if we need to change what's around, if we want to experience joyful events, joyful experiences, if we want to be successful, if we want to have the right people around us, it's not about them. It's not about changing them. It's about us. And when you change inside, and when that internal shift happens, then everything outside follows. And it is actually that simple. Not easy. It's not the same. Not easy, but actually very simple. And sometimes the mindset of being a victim and thinking, well, only bad things happen to me, there's nothing I can do about it. It's so wrong. There's so much we can do about ourselves that will result in great experiences. It's in a much more joyful life. So I know for some people this might be a bit a hard one to swallow, or you might be thinking, well, so you're saying that I deserve if something bad happened to me. It's not about deserving. It's not about deserving. When something bad has happened to me in my life, I've seen, like everyone, I guess, it's not about deserving. It's about lessons. It's about something that we have to learn. But we're still in control. We are still in control. So I know it can be tough in the sense that, oh, right, but if I believe what you're saying, then that means I'm going to have to make an effort. Then that means I'm going to have to start making changes. Yes. But like I said before, the good news is that it's totally up to you. And it is quite empowering, actually. I didn't quite get this idea for a long time. And it took me a while to get there and to accept, you know, that if I was attracting the wrong partners into my life, it was my fault, because I had so many wounds that I hadn't healed, because I had so much trauma and so much resentment inside. So it's not that it was my fault. It's something I had to learn, something I had to experience. But once I changed inside, then things starting to change outside. So that's the main idea, and why it is so important to go through that inner change and to really go within, to really look inside and understand, right, what is going on, to be honest with ourselves. I think a very important thing here is about honesty, about, I mean, let's not fool ourselves. let's not lie to ourselves. No one wins. It's about looking inside and think, right, okay, so something's not good. I'm attracting the wrong partners, right? Okay, what am I broadcasting? My antenna, my thoughts, my feelings, what I say, the way I speak to people, the way I speak about myself. What am I broadcasting? Maybe I'm broadcasting that I'm not worthy of love, and I'm not attracting people that are gonna care of me, take care of me, or care for me, or love me. Because deep inside, I don't love myself enough. And this is just an example. So honesty and doing that and going within, doing that inner work and understand what's going on. And from there, what can I do to change? What can I do about it? But the idea is that if we want to change what is around, and I'm not saying that we should just comply and, you know, like, of course, if there's something unfair that is going on, I'm not saying let's not protest. Let's keep protesting and praying and, you know, and wishing for change and making the changes that we believe. Let's keep making that happen. All I'm saying is, let's not wait for that to happen for us to say, right, now I can be happy. I was not happy because of what was going on around. I'm not happy because of my partner. I'm not happy because of my job. No, let's change inside. And then let's see how the world follows, how everything flows for us. And it is quite empowering and liberating to live that way. And it took me quite a long time to really fully believe and live that way. But that once you start working on yourself and you notice and you see with your own eyes that things change around, you realize, oh, okay. And it's very empowering because, yeah, it's up to you. The sky's the limit. The sky's the limit. So, having said that, this is a nice idea. Probably, you know, you knew the theory already, more or less. I'm sure you have heard about the law of attraction and, you know, vibration and frequency and being in resonance. Now, what do we do about it, right? I've come up with kind of a simple process. And again, I'm using the word simple, not easy. I like to make things clear and simple, because they are. Then when we start the process, it might be a bit tricky, you know, in terms of releasing, healing, doing the inner work, etc., etc. But the process is really simple. So the first step, 3 main steps, I would say. The first step, we have to be committed to a lifestyle that supports the purification of our mind, body, and spirit. And this is the very, very first step. So what we want to do here, since we're talking in terms of energy, we're going to be talking about elevating ourselves, about raising our vibration, our frequency, being in resonance with the vibration of the elevated emotions like love, joy, truth. So we have to leave all the baggage behind, elevate ourselves, and fly high, 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 high. Not physically, maybe eventually, still being grounded, but being light. Being light. And for that, having a lifestyle, habits that support that vibration is key, and is the first thing to start. And when I'm talking about lifestyle, I mean food. I mean the first thing you do in the morning, what you do before going to bed. And when I say what we put in our body, when I say food, for example, I'm talking organic, clean, natural food, as opposed to processed crap food that has a terrible low frequency. Food that has life force, that has nutrients. Because if our body doesn't function properly, then forget it. Then we cannot talk about emotional healing. We cannot talk about spiritual development. I mean, that follows. But first of all, we need to be able to think clearly. If we're not able to think clearly, then forget it. So very important step. What we put in our body, how we treat our body. Is it functioning properly? Are we giving it the rest it deserves? Are we stressed all day and stress hormones circulating through our body all the time, not allowing us to heal? Do we rest? Do we sleep? Do we take care of ourselves? Do we detox our body from toxins? Do we protect ourselves from the toxic environment, unfortunately, we live in? And I'm talking here pollution, I'm talking electromagnetic frequencies, radiation, 5G, Wi-Fi's, phone towers, like all this. Are we protecting ourselves from that? Because again, if we live in an environment that is completely polluted, especially energetically, again, we're not going to be able to function properly. So many people getting sick from this. So many people. Do we meditate every day or practice any type of spiritual practice? Prayers, I don't know, yoga, whatever it is for you. Because here I'm not talking about religions, I'm just talking any type of spiritual practice that connects us to a higher guidance, to the sense of being all connected, having the sense of purpose. So all these habits, food, exercise, being protected from a toxic environment, having some type of spiritual practice, doing some joyful activity, something that brings you joy, purify your water. What you put in your body is important in terms of the food, but what do we put in our mind in terms of the books we read? Social media, TV, etc., etc. What do we feed our mind with? That is so important. So this is one of the key things to raise our vibration, to have a lifestyle that supports us. So let's be mindful. I'm not saying you have to change everything right now. Let's be realistic. But we should really consider following some steps, changing some habits that support our self-development. Second step, letting go of old stories. What do I mean by old stories? By old stories, I mean past experiences, negative experiences, traumatic experiences that we haven't processed properly, that we haven't healed properly. And because we haven't processed them properly or healed them properly, there is an imprint that stays, that remains in our energy field. And there is a story or a role that lives within us. And if I was abandoned when I was a child, and I never processed that properly because I just grew up and got used to it. Bless me, I didn't know how to do better. No one taught me how to do any better. Maybe my story is that I'm a victim and that no one loves me. Maybe my story is that I don't deserve love. Maybe my story is that no one deserves love and I'm not going to give love to anyone. Maybe my story is that I'm not good with relationships and I'm just going to focus on work. I don't know. It could be anything, really. This is just examples. But it is so, so important because these stories that live within us, and one thing is the story and one thing is the experience. The fact that maybe I was abandoned by my parents when I was a baby, it's a fact. Something that happened to someone. But the story, am I still a victim 20, 30, 40, 50 years later? That's different. The fact, we can't change. The story and what we believe about ourselves, that we can't change. Of course, we can change it, and we should, and we should. So again, imagine if we're talking about raising our vibration, raising our frequency, elevating ourselves, imagine a balloon that wants to go high, but has a weight. It's never going to go up. Our old stories are our weight, pulling us down. Our baggage is heavy. That makes us heavy. When we have traumatic experiences that we haven't integrated properly, normally the emotions that are stored in us are anger, resentment, fear, sadness, low frequency emotions. And we want the opposite. We can transmute them. That's what healing is about. Transmuting the imprint, transmuting those emotions, liberating them, releasing them, clearing them. So we can change the story, so we can change our mindset, our beliefs, our thoughts, the way we behave. And therefore what we are in resonance with. So this is really, really important, but there are many ways you can do this. I've done God knows how many therapy, energy healing sessions, so many. And I still have things to clear. It's kind of a permanent work in progress. There is always something to clear. There is always something to release. And it's not always easy, but it's such a beautiful process when you know, oh, that's gone. And you feel like they're lifting up such heavy weight from your shoulders. It's so liberating. And when you see that translates into getting that promotion, marrying that beautiful partner, attracting the right people into your life, buying the house of your dreams, going on the holidays you've always deserved, but couldn't go on, it's really liberating. But it requires action. It requires work. It requires a bit of self-reflection, a bit of honesty, and a bit of healing. So important. So important. So first we kind of prepare. We have a lifestyle that supports, that purifies mind, body, and spirit. Then we take care of all the emotional baggage, all the experiences. We clear the imprints. And finally, or the third step, the third block, would be connecting with our essence. So once we clear, once we weed the garden, once we get rid of all the weeds, then we can start planting seeds. Then we can start really bringing back those parts of ourselves that maybe weren't present, because when there is so much trauma and there is so many negative emotions and so many things going on, there are some parts of ourselves, the graceful parts of ourselves, the ones that have all the gifts, the talents, the positive traits, our purpose, what we came here to do, what we have to offer to the world. When we are full of fear and doubts and, you know, and trauma and anger and resentment, those parts are not going to be available. There's no space for them. There's no space for them. So once we clear that, we can start connecting with our true essence. When we have a proper diet, when we have a proper environment, when we have a meditation or spiritual practice, then we can be focused and we can start connecting with our higher guidance. We can start connecting to our intuition, to our higher self, to our soul, and really achieve our highest potential. And that is key. But we cannot do that if our brain is all foggy because we eat sugar all day and we watch TV all day and we are surrounded by EMF and we eat a lot of toxins and we are full of trauma. There's no way. There's no point even trying to start getting some higher guidance, some inspiration to fulfill our purpose. I said it was simple. So as you can see, yeah, 3 steps. That's, or at least how I guide. For example, when I work with my clients, this is the process I guide them through. Which again, I simplified in a few steps, but of course, this is a lot of work, and not a lot of work, but it is a process. It takes time, and of course it needs, it's really very simple. It's one word. It's will. It requires will. Be willing to just take a first step in that process and then letting it unfold. But it requires that commitment and that intention to say, right, I'm going to start this process. I'm going to make one change today. One change. And tomorrow maybe another one, or the day after another one. And next week, I'll think of another one. You know, you don't need to put your life upside down today. Some people do, but there's no right or wrong. I mean, it's just up to how you feel and how prepared you are. But just one step. So my next steps, having talked about these kind of 3 main areas of this 3-step process, let's stop for 5 or 10 minutes. I saw that there are some questions in the chat, so let's stop 5-10 minutes, and I want you to think of 3 actions you can start taking today to raise your vibration, to raise your frequency, to elevate yourself. And look for the simple big wins. So for example, 3 actions could be, maybe I want to choose one from each block. So I'm gonna choose, I'm not gonna eat sugar this week, or at least I'm gonna reduce the amount of sugar I eat, or I'm gonna have my phone on airplane mode when I'm not using it. Maybe I choose a second one from the second block about the old stories. I'm gonna book a healing session or a therapy session with someone I like, or I'm gonna do this workshop, or I'm gonna do this meditation, I don't know, whatever it is, or I'm just gonna do some journaling. It can be as simple as that. Big wins, something really simple that you can commit to do Don't think about something complicated that you're going to procrastinate about, because that's counterproductive. Something simple that can get you the biggest results. And maybe the third one from the third block could be, I'm just going to sit in silence for 5 minutes every day and listen to myself, listen to my intuition, trying to connect with what's going on inside, trying to calm my mind, something like that, right? So I'm going to give 5-10 minutes for you to write down if you have pen and paper, and I'm going to go to the chat to see if there are any comments or questions. So yeah, we'll do after until 6:45 or so. Thanks, Emilia. This is why I love to attend these free sessions. I like the energy that powers me for days. Well, this is really, that's why I wanted to say at the beginning, we're going to be together for around 1 hour. If you could get one thing from today, is take that we are in control. We have so much more power than we think we do. And this is normally what I want to share, is let's empower each other. I always want to share ideas that make you feel empowered, because we have much more power than we think. And we wouldn't be in the global mess we are right now if we really own our power, own our sovereignty, and said, no, enough of this crap. Because we have power, and we really have the control to change our reality. We do. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. Don't let anyone put any ideas in you that make you feel like a victim, or that you cannot do anything. You know, this small talk, oh, there's nothing we can do, is it? We'll just have to go along with what the TV tells us to do. No one loves me. Well, there's nothing I can do, you know? Well, no, if nothing's working for you, maybe there's something you can do about it. Always, always. And I'm guilty of having had that victim modality, and sometimes fall back to that victim modality, because it's very easy. It's very easy. So I'm not talking here from judgment or criticisms. If anything, I'm talking from my own experience, and it doesn't benefit anyone. So empowerment, yeah, it's all about empowerment. And I'm happy you mentioned that word, Emilia. Right, let me go back to the messages, because I got carried away. What happens after we learned? Hold on, I know, we achieve peace. We do, sure. What happens after we learn a lesson? Normally what happens is that life shows us or gives us the opportunity to change. And normally what happens is that we're like, whatever, I'm gonna keep going this way. And then we have a more unpleasant experience, and another one, and another one, and another one, until we actually finally decide, right, I have to learn. And how many times have you seen, for example, people stressed out at work, really burning themselves out, and they have a calling, never mind, I'm gonna keep working 20 hours a day, not sleeping, whatever, until eventually they collapse. That's life making you learn the hard way, because you didn't learn from the beginning. You had the chance to learn in a more joyful way, but we are humans, and we just don't work like that. And eventually we learn, sometimes the hard way. Anyway, hard way, easy way, or difficult way to learn. Once you learn, you can release that imprint and things change. And yeah, you achieve peace, definitely, definitely, definitely. When you have a sense of peace, you know that there has been a shift, that there has been a change, and it results in our reality changing. Right, we have some ideas here. Grounding in nature, so important. Spending time in nature is a great one, a must, an absolute must. Meditation and eating less sugar. Yeah, I try to do this most days. Awesome. That was Nicola. Great stuff, Nicola. Really get involved with building, creating the new communities. Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. Spend less time on social media, definitely another must. Continue to release and heal trauma from this lifetime and past lives. Absolutely. Always work in progress. Aida, do prayers and fire ceremony every night this week. Ooh, amazing. Very powerful. Very powerful. Prayers, ceremonies, spiritual practices. Very, very powerful. Make a new commitment after 1 week. Yeah, 1 week at a time. I like that. Because sometimes I'm also very guilty of this. I grab pen and paper and I make a list of 30 things I want to change and improve this week. Obviously, I don't do them because it's too much. So 1 week at a time, 1 step at a time. Sometimes we achieve more success that way. Do time management and give myself good enjoy time. Actively have positive and beautiful thoughts about myself and my son. Yeah, actively changing the thoughts or being mindful about the thoughts we have, super important, because that's what we broadcast. Remember the antenna. Every time you say something, you're criticizing, especially about ourselves. We say terrible things about ourselves, and our body, our energy field is like, oh, hurting so much, and we become those ideas, we become those thoughts, and then we are in resonance with those ideas. So yeah, be very mindful every time you say or think something. Remember the antenna, and that's what we broadcast and what we're gonna get back. So we have the ability to choose our responses to life's events. Therefore, we have the opportunity to affect the outcomes. Absolutely, yeah. It's not about what happens, but how we react to it. Brian, amazing. Yeah. I don't know if I'm missing something here. Eat healthier, meditate more, and spend less time on my phone and social media. Wonderful ones. Thank you, guys. Thank you for sharing that, because it's inspiring for all of us to get new ideas and suggestions. So very happy to see that and to read that. Right. Okay. So sorry, I was talking all the time when I should have probably been in silence and give you more time to think, but you can do that after the workshop. So take your time, you know, do more self-reflection on these ideas. But now I think let's meditate. The meditation we're going to do today is based on Theta healing, which is a very powerful energy healing technique that I really, really love. And it takes us, it's called Theta healing because it takes us into a more meditative state. The Theta brain waves, which is what we can access the subconscious and achieve much deeper transformation. So we're going to do some energy clearings, we're going to transmute some negative thoughts, but let's get to it. So make yourself comfortable. Make sure that for the next 15 minutes or so, you're not going to be disturbed. I'm going to stop sharing my screen now. You can sit down, you can lie down, whatever feels comfortable for you. And once you find a comfortable position, close your eyes. Let's start by taking a deep breath. Inhaling deeply through the nose and expanding the belly with each inhalation. Sometimes we hold a lot of tension here, so really relaxing the abdominal area, the abdominal muscles with each inhalation. And taking very conscious exhalations to release any tension, any discomfort, any stress. Just let it out with each exhalation. Visualizing how the body relaxes more and more. Letting go of any thoughts that might arise. If thoughts arise, that's okay, no problem. Just don't engage with them, just see them going like clouds in the sky. And let's bring our awareness to our heart center now. Taking a few deep breaths into the heart. Coming to the present moment. Letting the heart expand with each breath. And now visualize a stream of white energy coming up through the bottom of your feet from the center of the earth. You can visualize it as cords of white light linking your feet to the center of the earth. And this pure white light keeps going up, all the way from the center of the earth through all her layers. And you really feel this connection. The energy keeps going up, opening each and every one of your chakras. Through your feet, up through your legs, and through the spine where we have the main 7 energy centers, the chakras. Feeling how they open up, how they're being energized, until this energy reaches the top of your head. And here it forms a bubble of white light at the top of your head. You get in this ball of light, you step into it, and now imagine how you start going higher and higher through the ceiling, the roof of the building you're in, past the clouds, the star, the galaxy, different layers of the universe, until you get to a place where everything is pure white light. The energy here is of unconditional love. Here everything is perfect, everything is possible. Feeling the tingling of this energy in your body, as if you could no longer feel the separation between your own body and this field of energy of white light. We are all energy, we are all connected. So just enjoy for a moment this experience of merging with pure divine light. Let's start by visualizing a shower of unconditional love and healing energy, filling up your entire body like a torrent of light entering your crown chakra at the top of your head and flashing away any negative energy, any dirty energy, negative emotions, any imprints, any limiting beliefs, any programs. Visualize that all going like a shower of light, washing away anything that is no longer serving you. If there are any areas of the body that need more attention today, you can focus on that one and direct that shower of light to those parts of your body. Or you can visualize it as just a general shower flashing away anything that is no longer serving you. Nice. And now visualize a whiteboard in front of you. And choose one limiting belief, one program, one negative emotion you're experiencing today, one past experience that you know that is not serving you, that is not properly healed. And write it or draw it into this whiteboard. Or maybe an image might come up for you. Just let it out in the whiteboard in the form of words or images. Maybe it's just a sensation that you can ping like a post-it to the whiteboard. In whatever format, just be aware of it. It might be more than one at this time. Whatever works for you. Any negative thoughts about ourselves? We are so harsh with ourselves. Let's put that in the whiteboard as well. And now visualize that in your right hand, you have a violet flame. And we are going to use this violet flame. You're going to use it to erase all these negative thoughts, emotions, past experiences. So visualize how you are transmuting all these, deleting it, erasing them from the whiteboard. Like you had an eraser in your hand that is made of this energetic violet flame. You can even move your hand physically, do the movement, if it helps. Keep the focus and the concentration. And let's do a second round. Again, writing in the whiteboard. Any messages, any thoughts, any ideas that come to mind, images, sensations, clips of experiences maybe. Whatever it is that comes up for you, without thinking if it makes sense or not, it doesn't matter. Whatever comes up, project it into the whiteboard. And we're going to do the same. Visualize the violet flame eraser again. And let's start transmuting. Using the eraser to transmute all those negative thoughts, experiences, ideas, emotions, whatever you projected onto the whiteboard. Beautiful. And let's do a third and final round. In case there's anything remaining. Again, writing or projecting thoughts, ideas, words, emotions that are not serving us onto the whiteboard. Things that we know deep in our subconscious that are not serving us, that are not helping us have a high frequency. And again, let's do a final one, using the violet flame in our hand to transmute, erase, to clear all these things that are not serving us anymore. Beautiful. And let's replace the space, all these energies, thoughts, emotions, or experiences that we have left in our body. Let's replace that with fresh energy, with beautiful, pure, healing energy and unconditional love. So visualize, again, like a shower of light, filling up your entire body with fresh energy and unconditional love. Beautiful. And let's take a few deep breaths together. And with each breath, I want you to become big, to take up the space you deserve in the world, to reclaim your power, your sovereignty. So with each inhalation, really breathing in this powerful energy. And as you exhale, really become bigger, make your energy field expand, growing a bit more each time. We tend to make ourselves small. Now it's time to be big, to be powerful, to be empowered, to own our power. And when you think you've grown enough, make yourself a bit bigger. We are powerful beings. Let's always remember this, no matter what happens. And to end, we are going to visualize, we're going to place a bubble of protection around us. So visualize like a shield of violet energy, like a bubble of violet energy, super high frequency energy around you, a bubble of violet energy protecting your energy field. So no lower vibration energies or entities can penetrate, protecting you from anything that is not in your highest interest. And let's set an intention and say a prayer so that we are guided and protected. So we can follow our purpose with confidence and joy. Really set an intention to get guidance from your higher self, from your soul. The best decisions always happen when you listen to your soul, when you listen to your higher self. So let's set an intention to set this connection and to strengthen this connection. Beautiful. And now coming back to the field of energy, to that field of white light where we started. And we're going to start making our way back down through the different layers of the universe, the star, the galaxy, the sky, the clouds, the roof of the building you're in, the ceiling, and back to the physical body now. Feeling again that connection with Mother Earth, visualizing the cords of white light, the roots of white light, linking your feet to the center of the earth, feeling grounded, feeling stable and in harmony. And bringing the awareness to the physical body now, to the room you're in, to this workshop and all the other people in this workshop. Really taking a deep stretch if that feels right for you, taking a deep breath, shaking your hands a little bit maybe. And when you're ready, you can open your eyes and meet me back in the screen. Okay, good morning, everyone. Well, I hope you liked that. I hope that was useful. Hopefully it felt good. And you released and cleared some energies or something that wasn't serving you any longer. Right. Okay, so that's all from me. That's the content of the workshop. I'm gonna stay here a bit longer in case anyone has any questions. And normally people say, what's next? Now what? Now we've discovered this world of raising our vibration and changing inside to change our reality, and what do we do about it? So I want to share with you a couple of links. One is an online program that I have, which is exactly right. Let me share it in the chat so you can right, so that's the link to my program and to my website. So let me share the screen with you, because I really want to talk for a couple of minutes about this program that I designed specifically about it. It's called Awaken Souls, Raise Your Frequency to Transform Your Reality. And the objective of this program, when I recorded it, when I created, it was supposed to be a 6-week program, but of course it's all recorded. You will have access to everything, so you can follow at your own pace. It has 6 modules, and the idea is to delve into the 3-step process that I mentioned in the workshop. So in 6 modules, I cover lifestyle hacks, how to raise your vibration and elevate yourself by following that lifestyle, by having those habits, by making it a real commitment, an everyday commitment. And I share a lot of tools and techniques that are very simple and easy to follow, but really powerful. And so I've chosen like the easiest ones that could have the biggest impact. You have lots of recorded meditations that you, like the one we've done, and in different topics. A module to transform all stories into wisdom, what we mentioned about releasing all those imprints and integrate the wisdom, because there is always wisdom. Like we were saying at the beginning, there is always something to learn. There are always lessons to learn. So how to integrate that? Self-love and honoring our essence, really bringing that graceful part back. How to have healthy and nurturing relationships. I share energetic techniques like cord cutting to really say goodbye to toxic relationships, to really unhook from those toxic relationships that makes us so unhappy. There is a module on abundance and prosperity mindset, and another one about connection with a higher guidance. Lots of, like I said, recorded meditations that you can listen to anytime. Lots of bonus workshops. All my previous recorded workshops that I've done are in the platform, and you have email support to ask any questions. This is all in a platform. And the good news about this is that I'm running a flash sale for the next 24 hours. So you get more than 30% off and a free 45-minute one-on-one session for questions if you sign up before tomorrow at midnight. So that's the link in the comments. Have a look at it. It's a process, it's really transformational process where I give you basically all the tools, a step-by-step, very easy to follow process. All you need to know to really leave everything that you no longer need behind, raise your frequency, elevate your vibration, elevate yourself, so you can really become that bubble of love and light that will attract, that will be kind of a magnet for joyful experiences, the right people, opportunities to succeed. And I know some of you are already in the course and you're thinking, oh, what's new for me? Well, there's something new for you because I had this up to now, I had all this content in a Dropbox folder. So now it's in a beautiful platform. So I'm going to send you an email so you have access to this. And also I'm dropping all my previous workshops in there, which you didn't have access to before. So that's a bonus for you. So something for everyone here today. So yeah, if you have any questions, I'm also sharing my website in the chat so you can contact me. But honestly, this is with the discount is £60 for all this content. Really, really easy to follow and powerful stuff. If you look around in the world and you think of the mess we're in right now, you realize there is really the time to do the inner work and to really be in resonance with something nicer, something bigger that the low frequency events that are happening right now. And the only way to transform that, the only way to transform the reality around us is to start with that inner change, with that inner shift. And once that happens, then everything changes outside. So I'm gonna go back to me. I shared that in the chat. Like I said, if anyone has any questions, feel free to contact me. I'm gonna go back to the chat because I don't know if there are any other questions. All right, tingly. Yeah, it is tingly when you connect with that field of energy. It is delightful. Thank you guys. Thank you, Aida. Thank you, Nicola. Thank you, Brian, for being here. What a beautiful meditation. I'm laughing. I was a firefighter blowing violet light through the water jet onto white. Amazing. That was a powerful one. I love it. I love it. Thank you so much. Thank you, Alisa, for being here. Oh, suggestions here. I would pay to have your energy to do 15 minutes meditation every morning, Monday to Friday. Please consider. I mean, I'm struggling to do it myself. Actually, this is an idea I had last week, and I wasn't sure how many people will be up for it. Another thing, guys, apart from questions, if you're interested in the course, or if you want to take it deeper and you're interested in one-on-one sessions, or you just want to say hi, please send suggestions, because I listen to your suggestions, and the topics of the free workshops and the free events I do normally come from people who suggest, I want to work on this. So for example, the previous one I did on shadow work was because many people in my Telegram channel said they wanted to work on that. And this one, how to stay positive with all the madness around, was also a very popular topic that was requested. So I'll listen to it, Emilia, I promise. I promise I will. Great session. Thank you, Helen, for being here. Thank you, everyone, for being here, for your kind words and your beautiful energy, and for sharing this evening with me. There are so many things that you could be doing in a Sunday evening or morning, depending on where you are, that you could be doing today. So thank you for being here. I really hope you liked it. I really hope you got something from it. And if you liked it and you would like to continue your development and go a bit deeper, if you liked what you saw, really have a look at the course, because honestly, for the price what you get, it's much more than what you're going to pay. You're going to get much more value, but that's how I want it to be, because it's needed, and I want everyone to be able to join if they want. So yeah, have a look and be in touch. Say hi, send your suggestions or or regards, and you will receive the recording in case you want to do the meditation again. I have all the meditations in my YouTube channel or my Telegram channel if you want to join. So looking forward to hearing from you. Helen said, Verónica, are you still doing career coaching also? I will message you directly. Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Anything to support your development, guys. So yeah, let me know if you are anyone who's interested. Let me know, speak to me. Right, when are the sessions? So this program in particular is all recorded. So the first time I did it, there were some live sessions, but now it's all recorded materials that you can access anytime, whenever you want, at your own pace. It was designed to do a 6-week program, but you can do it on your own pace, and you have email support, you know, for questions. And if you book before tomorrow at midnight, you get a free 45-minute one-on-one for questions, or if you want to do a quick energy healing one, and of course one-on-one sessions. You can book anytime. So thank you, Andy, my love. Oh, didn't know you were here. Right, I think I didn't miss any questions or messages, so I'm gonna leave the meeting here. I'll be in touch. I guess most of you are in my email list for next future events, etc. So until then, take care. Sending much love, guys. Bye bye.